Recording before. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So I might have to play the video
That's fine.
because it's being funky.
It's my Zoom. You know how it is some days.
You know, life is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So today we are listening to Haley Skelton give us a little bit more in depth on her. Trying to find the things that she's in real quick. Silent Hostess program, which I personally really love, and I think this time of year can be very helpful with back to school and busyness and all the crazy. So let me pull that up here real quick. And share. Okay, can you guys see my screen over here with Haley on it?
Yep.
Okay. Hello, my name is Haley Skelton, and I am a sales director in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And I have the privilege today of getting to talk about a Silent Hostess program. So, what is a Silent Hostess program? It is really a supplement for your business. So, it's not a replacement for putting product on faces, for seeing people, for having our Zoom parties and sitting across from them at the table, but it is a great way to really reach into your existing customer base and pull some new names out that you might not have access to otherwise. So it is still going to be a party that your hostess can earn rewards on. She might earn free product or discounted product based on the options that you give her. But you're also going to get some new customers, some new names, some sales out of it at the same time. And you still have the opportunity to work your business full circle. So, Silent Hostess programs, what do they include? You're going to offer some kind of a deal for your hostess, and then they are going to get some supplies or some resources from you. So, back before, we used to give them an actual hostess packet, had some catalogs, had some sales tickets, had the information explaining everything. But thank you, Mary Kay, for all of the amazing resources that they have given us. They've so simplified every single part of our business that now you can make this really easy on yourself and really easy on your hostess. So when I have a silent hostess, she gets two things from me. She gets a piece of paper that I'm going to tell you about in just a second. And then she also is going to get a catalog. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I order extra preferred customer program catalogs every time we register for that. So I get 10 extra every time we get a new catalog that are just addressed to beautiful women, and then they come to my address. They're still going to get the same adorable little message that Mary Kay prints on the back. They're still going to get the awesome sample inside, but they come to me and I give those to my silent hostesses or to my hostesses. So their catalog is just a little bit extra special compared to everybody else's. So that's really all the resources that you need. I do offer my hostesses to set up a Shop My Party link now that Mary Kay has given us that as well, but it's not necessary for you to have a silent hostess. So the way the silent hostess program works is you start by asking. You just have to ask somebody to be your hostess. Who makes an ideal silent hostess? Honestly, anybody can be a silent hostess for you, but I found the ones that are the most effective to ask are women who do love the Mary Kay product, women who maybe have been open to hosting a party for you in the past, but for some reason or another, your schedules could just never work or it never got on your books. And then also people who love the product but are maybe apprehensive about coming to your home, having people to their home, or even just taking their makeup off in front of other people. They would be great candidates for a silent hostess as well. So that's where we're going to start, is just by asking. And so I might look at my customer base. I have one customer that really doesn't like to take her makeup off in front of other people. And so she has always said no to hosting a party or a facial with a couple of her friends, but she did say yes to being a silent hostess. And so I just called her and I said, hey, Marissa, it's Haley. I know that you love your Mary Kay product, and I know that you love to tell people about it. And we've kind of talked about parties in the past, and it's not something that you feel comfortable doing. But I'm trying out a new silent hostess program where you still get to earn great rewards. I still get to work towards my goals, and I'm wondering if there's any reason why you wouldn't help me out as I'm launching this new program. And she said yes, you guys. So She did it just with her coworkers. It didn't have to be some crazy, complicated thing, but all I did was ask, and she said yes. And then I got her resources. So, what do those resources look like? This honestly can be whatever you choose, but for myself, for my hostesses, I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. And so they're going to get the paper that I'm going to show you in just a second. They're going to get that catalog that I talked about, but I have these papers printed and I just have them in my office all the time. So it is double-sided, and I'm going to pop a little picture up here on the screen for you so you can see what they look like. And I do have this in a Canva template, so I'll make sure that you get the link for that in case you want to just edit it for your own usage. So this is what the front side of this sheet looks like. So you can see it shows her basically all the information as a hostess that she's going to need. What are you going to get out of it? What's in it for her? There's all the information about how she can earn her free or discounted product. And then because we have the awesome My Mary Kay app, we have Shop My Party, that information is on here too. So there are the QR codes for both operating systems of phones, so they can just scan that and go right to the app store for the app. Then I do have the picture of my profile on here so that when they download that, they know that they are shopping with the right person. And it does tell them on there how to find me. It was probably a little bit hard to see on that screen, but it tells them to search consultants at the bottom of the app, my name, and then the state so that they can find me really easy. So that's just right on here. Now I do have on here, this is one of my older ones, to enter the hostess name into the promo code box. If my hostesses choose not to utilize the Shop My Party link, that's a really great option. They can still put their hostess name in the promo code box. But honestly, Shop My Party is so easy. Most people pick it. And so I just, my newer ones have on there to make sure that you look for your hostess's party when you are shopping. So that's the front side. It makes it super easy for them to find me, to connect with me, to register, and then to shop with their hostess's party. Now, the back side of this is kind of a nod to how we used to do Silent Hostess packets with the sales tickets in them. And that is kind of a blown up but simplified version of that. So there is room on here. I'll pop this up for you for the hostess's name and phone number. I'm going to fill that out for her when I give her this paper after she said yes. And then there's room on here for everybody that she shares it with, their name and phone number, what products they want, what their total is, and then how they would prefer to be contacted about their order when they're done. So if my hostess has anybody fill out the paper version instead of shopping online, I just get this back from her at the designated time when we decided to end her party. So the great thing about Silent Hostess parties is it's really easy to get a lot of people to join in on this because it's not at a set time at somebody's house or a set time on Zoom or a set time on a Facebook Live. I do still recommend setting a time frame with your hostess of when that party is going to run, that she has the opportunity to reach out to so many more people. And sometimes we run into people that we might not have thought about, right? If you're out and about at the grocery store, or you go through the drive-through somewhere, or maybe you're at church and you saw somebody that you wouldn't have thought to ask before, it gives her more opportunities to reach out and connect you with more people than she might have before. So all of my hostesses are going to get this. They're going to get that catalog. And I just have a special catalog for all of my hostesses. There's a special sample in there for you on page 12. It's usually between like pages 12 and 15, but you'll get your PCP catalog, so you'll know exactly where that is. And then, you guys, just like everything else in our business, the fortune is in the follow-up with Silent Hostess programs as well. And so it's really important to reach out and connect with every single one of those people that are ordering through your Silent Hostess for a couple of reasons. One, they ordered product from you, right? So you're going to have to deliver that. That's important. Two, they are a potential new customer. And so we want to know if they're going to go into your customer base or not. And three, if you're working smarter, not harder, you can still work your business full circle using the Silent Hostess program. Please, please, please hear my heart that this is not a replacement for seeing faces, for having facials and doing parties the regular way. It's a supplement to how we're already doing it, but you can still reap the rewards the same way when you're adding this to your business as an extra on the side. Okay, so following up with them to make their delivery, obviously, you guys know how to do that. But before you add them into your customer base, just like when we facial people, just like when we have actual like normal parties that we're used to, it's really important to make sure that you're qualifying all of these people that are shopping with you at the same time. And so that's really similar to what I do when I have an in-person party, because they're going to invite people that might already have a consultant. Before we put them in our customer base, it's important to have that conversation with them. And so when I am delivering their product or making an appointment to deliver their product, I'm just going to ask. I'm going to say, Ashley, thank you so much for supporting Susie Q's party. I know that you are going to love the eye makeup remover that you got. Tell me, have you tried Mary Kay prior to this? We're going to have a little conversation about that. If she says yes, I'm going to say, okay, great. Are you currently working with a Mary Kay consultant? She's going to answer me. If she says yes, I'll say, oh, awesome. What is her name? If I know her, I'm going to give a sincere compliment about her. If I don't, I'll say, oh, darn, I don't know her, but I bet she treats you with gold standard customer service. I don't know if you know or not, but in Mary Kay, we live by the golden rule of treating others how we want to be treated, and we always honor our sister consultant. So even though you are supporting Susie's party and you shop with me today, after this, I want you to go ahead and continue to shop with Janet so that she can continue to be your consultant, and you guys. Sorry about that. I'm getting a FaceTime call. Paused everything on my computer. And you guys can continue to really work together and customize everything just as you need it. If she's not working with a consultant, I'm going to say, oh, okay, that's so great. I would love to tell you about the perks that you get for being one of my customers. Would that be okay with you really fast? Then I'm just going to tell her, what privileges does she get for having me as her beauty consultant? She gets 100% satisfaction guarantee. She gets a totally customized skincare routine, custom color looks, if that is something that she chooses. She gets free shipping. If she doesn't live where I live, I ship for free to all of my customers. She's going to get the catalog sent specifically to her 5 times a year. Every time we have a new one that comes out, she gets exclusive samples included in there. She gets invited to product releases. Every time we have one of those, we do a Zoom product release. And so I'm just going to tell her, what are the benefits of being my customer? Why might she want that? I'm going to say, is there any reason why I couldn't add you to my preferred customer list so that you can get the VIP service as well? So following up with them, first to deliver their product, second to qualify them and make sure that they don't have a consultant if you're going to add them to your customer base. If they do have a consultant, just referring them back to their consultant. And you might turn her into a silent hostess, right? You might say, Ashley, Susie Q had the silent hostess party that you participated in with me. I'm sure you saw how easy that was. And she earned $200 worth of free Mary Kay product just for having her friends shop through the app, just like you did. Is there any reason why that you couldn't help me continue to test out this new program that I'm doing and be a silent hostess for me? And you can turn her into a hostess also. And then the last part of working full circle is always sharing the product, the marketing information, right? So I always start with my hostess because she just saw, you know that she loves the product already. You know that she has friends and family that are going to love the product, that are buying the product. And she just saw how easy it was for you to make your 50%. And she knows how much her friends and family spent with you if they were using the paper form or if she does an app based on what rewards she gets from you. And so I just broach that subject with them too and say, Susie, thank you so much for being a silent hostess for me. I learned some things about the program that are great and a couple of things that I can take next time. And so that was so valuable for me as a business owner. And I don't know if you have ever thought about doing anything like this, but I know that you saw how excited your friends and family were. I know that you are super excited that you got your order half off. Did you know that as consultants, we get our order half off all the time? Is that it? Anything that could serve you right now to save some money or maybe to make some extra money in your life? And so then we're just going to have a conversation about if she'd like to learn some more information about the Mary Kay opportunity. And so now you've worked your business full circle with your hostess. You have the opportunity to do that with her guests, your new customers, as you go through that follow-up process with them as well. And so even though it's not a replacement for anything that we are taught to do traditionally in Mary Kay, putting product on faces and having those appointments, it really is an amazing supplement to your business to work some extra people in, to get into a space where maybe you wouldn't have gotten into before, especially when you are working with sharp women of high caliber. You want to know their friends and you want to know their family. And this is a really great way. If you just can't get them to say yes to hosting a party, try a silent hostess program instead, because it's going to give you a foot in the door with them. Even if they only have 1 or 2 people shop, right? That's 1 or 2 new people for you. So like I said, I always have these in my office so that when I have that conversation with somebody, I've got them ready to go. But you can see this one is folded because I also put these in my reorder bags. Just because sometimes we get busy, we forget to ask. Maybe it's a conversation we've had in the past, but we haven't broached it again since. So whether I am shipping product out to people, whether I am hand delivering their product or they're coming by to pick it up, this goes in every single order that I send out so that they have it. Maybe we've talked about it and they haven't thought about it. It just sparks that in their brain, or maybe they just take it and they set it out at work and somebody downloads the Mary Kay app and decides to shop with me that way. I love to put these in all of my orders. It's super simple and it's a great conversation starter as well, especially if you're just dropping product off and you're not having a conversation with somebody. It gives me another reason to check in with them to make sure that they got their order and to see if they saw the Silent Hostess drugstore in their order. Lets me tell them about the program that I'm doing if we haven't had that conversation before, and then opens the door for me to ask them to be a Silent Hostess as well. So I hope that this has served you in some way. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Again, I'll make sure that you have that canned link so that you can edit this if you would like to use the same template. And I hope that you guys have a fabulous, fabulous night. Cindy.
Huh? That was awesome. They have a little friend. So, do you want to go first, Cass, or do you want me to go with our ideas? Okay. So, Andy, and Kayla and Julie, we're going to come up with some bookings ideas. Cassie and I both have a different one. The one I actually am going to talk about, I learned about off Lunch and Learn. Jennifer Enlow actually hosts those. If you have never heard of them, it's a great about an hour video or recording. She's had Deb on there. She's had so many amazing people on there, and their advice or how they do something, just the little tidbits that they give to us are amazing. I have learned so many different things, but I want to tell you, sorry, probably, goodness. Anyhow, so Jennifer talked about a beauty box. She's been very sick, I guess, over the last couple of years. So her leaving her house was something she could not do just because of her illnesses. They didn't want her around anybody, so she had to figure out what to do. She couldn't be in front of people, but she still wanted to serve them. So she came up with this idea of a beauty box. Yeah, it kind of sounds like the ones we used to be able to order, but she actually changed it. So she still used those boxes. I'm not sure how she fit as much product in them as she talks about, but what she does is she would contact different people and they'll come up with a script and I'll put it on our Red Rally. But what she would do, so she would give Cassie a call and she would say, hey, Cassie, I have this great new program I'm running. I would love to drop off a beauty box to you. You can have it for 24 hours. It has different products in there that you can try. You could even let some of your girlfriends come over and try it with you and have like a mini party. Everything you need will be in there, including the PDFs from the product search to tell you what is all in the products, what it does, and then the order of application will also be in there. And if you can just leave those in there when I come back to pick up the box in 24 hours. So let's go ahead and schedule a day when I can deliver it to you and the day that I can pick it up. So the things that she said that she always makes sure she puts in there were the repair set or normal dry and combination, the 3D, normal to dry and the combination. And the repair set, and she would do them in 3 different boxes. Something she always makes sure she had in there was a Target Action lotion, the charcoal mask, of course, the new oil-free eye makeup remover, and the micellar water. She also put the eye patches in there, the Replenish Serum, C+E, the eye reducer, any kind of hand and body we had. And then she would tell them if they spent $50, they would get any one of these products. Of course, not the ones in the box because they were your demos. They would get one additional item at 50% off. So she was kind of going back to Monica's buy for 50, you get one item half off. And then what she really talks and was talked very strongly about, make sure you write demo on them. And like on the eye patches, make sure you put on there only use one pair, because she said when she first started it, they were using multiple pairs. And she would go back and half the container would be gone. So she really wanted to make a point of reminding us tell them to only use one pair. She said, and it just was amazing how much she sold not being able to be in front of people. They're still doing a facial because everything is in there. They just follow the directions. And I think it's a great idea, especially when we're so busy. Andy, you being a school teacher, having your little boys, and then just trying to shuffle this. Cassie with little Ruth Ann, who's everywhere, and myself. Kaylee, I mean, we're all super busy. So this is an extra, like Haley just said, just to supplement another way of working a business around the normal in-person, face-to-face, or virtual. So I love this idea. I'm gonna hit this one, and I'm actually may not do it as a beauty box. I may do it as a beauty bag and use the roll-up bag, because then they can see that too, and that may be something that interests them, or maybe that is what they want for their half off item. So that was the idea that I love, and that's what I'm going with.
I love that. And Amy was actually just talking about going back to doing like set prices for like the Princess, Cadillac, and on her closing sheet. So then you could use that closing sheet too and be super.
Yep. For sure.
So the ones I had, we were actually talking about, it was me and a couple directors that popped on Amy's 10 a.m. Booking blitz the other day. And I've really been trying to figure out new ways to get names. And I have a lot of women who know other women I know I don't know, but I wasn't sure how to get them. I think using the Silent Hostess thing is going to be amazing. But a couple of the ladies had some ideas they said they've used of doing an office of the week. So essentially you start and you call the first office, your insurance office, your electrical office, power bill, whatever it is. And you just say, hey guys, you won the prize for being office of the week. You were nominated. How many women are in your office? I'm going to bring by some goodie bags. And then she has so in the goodie bag, she just puts, like her card, a sample, and a snack, just real easy something. And then have them sign up for a drawing. So then she's getting all the names of them. And then she asks them, would you like to nominate the next office? So then it kind of just continues and goes around, and they're usually really happy to nominate the next office, and then you're getting all of those working high class women also, kind of thing. The other one we were talking about was getting 100 new customers. So this one, you just go to 10 of your best customers and have them fill out a little survey, and I can send you that survey too. Yvette sent it to me. Have them give a survey to 10 of their friends, and then them and their friends get in for a drawing. So if you have 10 people, give you 10 of their friends, you have now 100 new people to contact, just like that. The thing you can do in Google Apps so that you can just follow up with it. You have all their name and contact info right there. And she said the key with that one is calling and following up with those people. So great ways to, like we're saying, kind of supplement on the side, but also maybe get some new names as you go along.
Those are great ideas. I've never done the office of the week. I've wanted to.
Right? I was like
that. I've always been nervous about it.
Yeah, and
I tried it.
Have you? Did it work?
Well, I didn't do it. Hold on, I'm brushing my teeth.
Nope, you're just fine.
So I kind of screwed it up a little bit, but basically I made pampering packs and took them to, so I had two women who told me, oh yeah, I'll take them to my office and you can do a drawing. And So I went in and I didn't have time to stay and kind of like introduce myself to all of them and get their names and all of that. So I just kind of dropped off the basket. And then um, they, so neither one of those offices I got any official facials out of. So it was kind of a waste of my pampering packs. So I liked the idea of just putting in, your business card and a little sample and a little treat like that because I put together the whole pampering pack and took it in. Um, so I liked the idea of just the little bit of things because that was obviously a lot of money that I spent for no reason.
Well, and she said too, she really tries to follow up with them, and that's why she does the drawing, is so that she can then get their names and numbers and follow up with them after. So she'll drop off like a little thing for a drawing or whatever. Say one of you will get a free facial, or this drawing is
Yes.
free facials, and then that way she was getting them to give her that name and number that maybe she didn't get initially.
Yeah, I also, so one of the two offices I did get names and numbers and contacted them all and hey, you want a facial, blah, blah, blah. Like, nope.
Nope. Huh. Weird. People are weird sometimes, but
Yeah.
like we said,
Yep.
we supplement with it. We don't just go with it for everything.
Right. And um like I said, I should have just done something smaller and maybe I could have done it differently, but
Right.
I like the idea of like having them nominate another office because then that gives you an excuse to call them.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, I was just like, this is genius, and I've never even thought about it. Yvette and I were talking about maybe using it too and going to Jackson with like pampering packs or whatever and getting their names and then saying, okay, we're coming back this night, or we're gonna do facials tonight, and just seeing how many of the people we go contact as we walk into the business that day that could come back that night. Because Jackson is, hour and a half drive away. But just some ideas. Anything you've been trying or that's been working for you, Miss Andy?
I haven't had that much of a successful couple of months with getting names. I mean, I lucked out that my friend did that post, and I don't know if you went and looked at it. That talked about it last week. She wrote all that and was like, "Can I post this?" And I was like, "Yes, you can." And she told me at the facial on Thursday or the makeover, she said she was super impressed that people contacted her and were like, I don't necessarily want to do a makeover, but I love that you're supporting your friend and I want to support that too. And so like I told her, well, we found that women are very much about helping each other out. And so the fact that you wrote it that way made women want to help out.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. So that was pretty cool. And actually, she had a lot of people who she had two people who canceled and then two who said they would come after that. And then it ended up that one of the two had to cancel because her cat died. But as sad as that is, but it was really interesting because it was like that night it was kind of like a musical guest. And she's currently working on getting some orders from those who couldn't come. And I got a second booking out of that. So that girl, and I loved that they were kind of like, well, is it fun if you have the same group of girls show up? And I said, yes, it is. That's very fun. And then you all know what you're doing and you have a good time. And and I actually, now that I think about it, I got two because then I realized that one of them had a birthday and I offered her a birthday spa. So, so I got two out of that party.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it was, for me, it was really kind of random that I ended up with those names. Um, I mean, I've been trying everything I can think of, between school and going to gigs and all that stuff. And it's just, I don't know, I've been struggling a little bit, but everybody does, and I'm gonna get through it.
Yes. It's going to make you a better director because you'll have been like, I've been there, girl. I've been there. All right, Miss Cindy, anything else you would like to add?
Not really. This was fun. What are we going to do for a challenge this week? Let's see.
I'm still trying to finish my 100 no's. I'm up to 30 at this point. I think if I went back through other things,
Awesome.
I feel like I have more than that, but that's how many I've marked.
Yeah.
But of those, I've gotten some facials too, so I can't be totally upset about it. Why don't you think on it and post it, maybe? Or do you got one?
Okay. Can I tell you something? I started trying a new book, another booking. Okay. So I had heard about this from Adam, somebody. You guys probably heard about it. But they had said that they went in on Facebook and put in a post. I know you've heard about it, Cassie. They posted, first they read the rules to make sure it was allowed, and then they posted it on the main screen. So I went into the breast cancer groups that I'm part of. So I went into that one. I went into the Down syndrome one and a couple others. But I had just posted, I read the rules, and I think I did just 3 different groups I'm part of. I may not be on there consistently. And I've had 15 people say they're interested in doing a facial.
Very cool.
Just by the verbiage. And it's the same verbiage I think that we got from Amy the other day.
Post
Okay,
it.
I'm sorry, I missed some of that, Cindy. Can
Uh-huh.
you
Yeah.
repeat for me?
So, well, because you, Andy, probably are part of some kind of a band group, maybe because of through your husband's work, or maybe a fire department. So, like, I went in and picked the groups on Facebook that I'm part of. So, breast cancer one, Down syndrome one, and then my community. So I posted on there and I read the rules, made sure I wasn't overstepping bounds. And I just put, and I can send the script to you guys that I used. Mainly, it was just, hi, ladies. My name is Cindy, and I'm wanting to facial 30 women in the next 30 days. There's no obligation. I promise you'll be fun. It's fun, it's free, and you'll be pampered or something like that. I don't remember the exact scripts. If you're interested, just let me know below. And I had the breast cancer one, they got a little tricky on me. But last night I had 15 people that were interested just on that site.
Wow.
And then this morning when I got up, they had removed it. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to figure out a different way. I was dumb and I should have wrote down all the names last night when I saw them, and I didn't because they had approved me twice to do that. So then on the other 2, I still had about 15 people that were interested in getting facials, either in person or a handshell or whatever. So I'm like, something's got to work because I'm burnt out on all the virtually stuff, and
Right.
I'm trying to think of some other ways.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. Well, let's brainstorm maybe. Or pick one of these that we want to say we're doing and then check back next week and see how it's working and getting new names. That be our challenge.
Yeah, which idea we chose, how many bookings we got from it, how many we sent out.
Yep, I like that.
How many attempts, how many no's, and how many booked.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds awesome.
Hey, ladies. Well, I'm gonna go have dinner. So I love you.
Girl.
Good night. I know. We've been working all day moving the wood piles, so
Oh.
I'm exhausted. Just my hair is wet. Yeah. All
But
good.
you look great.
Well, thanks. All right, ladies. Have a good night. I'll post this
Sure.
video as soon as